Hey, I'm Ziv, and this is On the Journey. Every week on the journey explores the intersection of wellness, spiritual inquiry, mental health, personal growth, and purposeful living through the eyes of the people we interview. And today I'm happy to host Cheryl. Cheryl is a toxin expert. She wrote 4 books, and today she's gonna tell us how can we manage our stress and anxiety. Welcome, Cheryl.
Thank you. I'm really excited to be here. My name is Cheryl Meyer. I live in Los Angeles, California, and I had so much stress as a solopreneur. I depleted my cortisol almost all the way to Addison's disease, which was a huge component in me getting autoimmune disease, which gave me horrific pain. So it really was self-defense. I had to figure stress out. And before we start, I want everybody to understand stress is normal. We all have stress. Stress is part of life. When it becomes a problem is when it goes over the top into chronic or toxic stress. And I was living perpetually in toxic stress. So much so that my friends had started pulling me aside and saying, "Hey, stress accumulates. You are so stressed out. You need to deal with it now." And I thought, it's making me get more done. It's making me more productive. So what's to do? I'm going to live on stress because it's helping me be more successful in my business. Ends up,
Cheryl,
nothing could be further from the truth.
Cheryl, that's really interesting and important because I agree. I think that stress can help us perform better. And on the other hand, like you said, it can be just horrible for our health and for us. How do we know when we are at the good point of stress, at this sweet spot where it's the thing that pushes us forward, or where it becomes too toxic for us and it's we really need to take care of it?
If you're really feeling it in your body, if your moods start to shift, if the way you're dealing with your loved ones or your employees starts to shift because you're curt with them, your emotions are raw, then you are dealing with chronic stress. And what I've learned, I've come up with a whole series of 3-minute exercise that I learned from a Tao group of meditation, that if you do them, they bring blood up to your brain and actually improve your productivity. So it's really important that you break up your day by doing these little exercises, which then releases it from being chronic or toxic, improves your flow to your brain, improves your productivity, makes you happy because it impacts your gut, and your gut is where the majority of your serotonin is. So it releases all that serotonin, which is the feel good hormone. You're better to be around. You're much more effective as a manager, and you're a much better manager of your own body and what's going on with your body and your own health. So there's all kinds of benefits of taking care of stress.
Cheryl, I'm sold. I'm sold. Teach me. I want these three. I want the 3 minute exercise. I really want it. How does it work?
The one that I do the most, you can look it right up on Google, and it's by the first integrative doctor whose name is Dr. Andrew Weil. And it's called the 478 breathing exercise. You can do it anywhere. It takes 3 minutes or less. I do it in LA traffic when I'm on the way to my functional doctor because my blood pressure was always super high when I got to her. And now I have the best pulse and the best blood pressure of any of her patients because I'm just doing this breathing exercise. And it's as simple as breathing in for 4, holding it for 7, and then wishing it out of your mouth with your tongue up against your teeth for the count of 8. You do 4 rounds of it. It resets your parasympathetic nervous system at the back of your neck, which means it dramatically lowers stress from chronic back to a normal, dealable level. And you'll feel much better. Your pulse will lower, your heart is happier, everything about your body is happier. So it's that simple.
It sounds like
There's
magic.
also, sorry, go ahead.
It sounds like magic. Let's do it. Let's do it once
Okay,
or
so
twice. Just let me
you
feel.
breathe in for 4, you hold it for 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you whoosh it out of your mouth with your tongue up against your teeth. Your mouth is open for a count of 8. And you do that 4 times.
I already feel different. 4 times.
You'll be surprised at how you'll be much easier to be around if you do this. And it's so good for your body.
That's amazing. So I do it 4 times for 3 minutes, or
You
just
do
four
it
times?
4 times, and it doesn't matter really how fast or slow you do it, but by doing it 4 times in a relative cadence, it will reset your parasympathetic nervous system.
Cheryl, that's like magic. Thank you so much. It's like super
There's a
simple.
second breathing exercise called the perfect breath, which
Okay.
is 5.5 seconds in and 5.5 seconds out. You can also go to Zoom and you can find a little thing that goes up and down for 5.5 seconds that you can breathe with. And when I do that is when I'm really frustrated and anxious. And what I do is I visualize breathing in light and breathing out dark. And
Hmm.
you do that for 3 minutes, and you'll be surprised at how that also dramatically improves your mood. And you feel light and happy again, where you were feeling anxious and frustrated.
That's wonderful, Cheryl. Just to breathe in the light, take out the darkness, and it's like a physiological reset to
Right.
our.
And it resets your brain so that you're focused on the good again.
Cheryl, thank you so much for your experience, for your knowledge, for sharing us these two magnificent exercises, which I'm definitely going to to try them on my own and even
And it can
integrate
be
them
as
inside.
simple as you're frustrated, you stand up next to your desk and you just bounce for 3 minutes. You let every muscle in your body bounce, and you'll feel the energy going all the way up to your brain and all the way down to your fingertips and all the way down to your toes. It's that simple. Now, you might be embarrassed doing that in an office loaded with people. The other 2 exercises you can do and nobody knows about it, but it will make you feel really good to move that little and send blood to your brain. And if you have that thing where after lunch you go down, which a lot of us do when we're eating food and we come back to work, just getting up and bouncing for 3 minutes will re-energize us to attack our day again.
So we have 3 minutes breathing with two super simple methods, 5.5 in and out, or then breathing for 4, holding it for 7, and then breathing out for 8,
8, yeah.
and bouncing, which I love breathing and I love bouncing. So for me, it's perfect.
Yeah, it's now I thought I had it close, but there's also something I want everybody to look up called a belly button wand. It's a tea yellow piece of plastic that you literally put in your belly button. The theory is your belly button was the beginning of all life. And by putting the belly button wand in your belly button and jiggling it, you can exercise every organ in your body and again send energy to your entire body, to your brain, to your toes, to your fingers. It feels really good. My husband and I do it on each other at the end of a stressful day. And we went to UCLA to the head of neurology do a lecture where he was poo-pooing the belly button one, but he had his brainwave machine set up and he was bringing people out of the audience to sit, and their brain waves were all over the place. And then they used the belly button wand and they completely evened out. And
Wow.
he was blown away. We ran into him at a health conference 2 weeks later, and he came up and said, "Was that unbelievable or what?" And I said, "We do it. We know it works. It's an odd looking tool, and that one's probably one you're going to want to do at home, because even when I brought it out and showed other health coaches, they went, 'Hey, what? What is that thing?' But it's not big, it easily travels, and it is a miracle producing
It
little
was.
gizmo that you can use on your body to feel fantastic. And
And
my books are all called Feel Good. That's what we want to do. It's so good for our health. So that's what you want to concentrate is how are you going to take your body back to feeling good?
Cheryl, I want to tell you that talking with you with this amazing energy of yours, I already feel good. So thank you
Good.
so, so much for this interview. It was a pleasure and I learned so many new things. Thank you, Cheryl.
Thank you. Thank you.